Okay, we are live. So, is this a conspiracy? I don't think so. Why, what's up? Oh, I'm wearing a shirt. That's funny. Yeah, no, I'm about to just do a little elliptical session. Can you hear me okay? There we go. How's the audio? So I haven't really been doing much at all since injuring the Achilles, but I'm trying to do something like this, which is nice and a little bit. Yeah, it's been a little while. I mean, I like to do live streams, but at the same time, I also like to do like vlogs and longer videos. And of course, if I'm uploading videos every day, well, I don't want to be going live. Also, taken away from the viewership. Yeah, so we got this elliptical probably a couple years ago. Picked it up for like 50 bucks used. It's not bad. Yeah, Dr. Gregoring right now. That's funny because Jamie said the same thing. Might be a little bit harder for me to read the comments because I've got my phone, at least more than arm's length away in front of me on a tripod, but that's all right. So, I guess since it's just you and me so far, you've got the floor. Is there anything you want to chat about? I just really wanted to get for everyone. Yeah, it's just us. Well, just getting started too. There we go. We got a few more people now. So, yeah, like you say, channeling my inner Dr. Gregor. And hoping to get, let's see here, hoping to get about 30 to 40 minutes on the elliptical today. Just sort of stretch things out, keeping it fairly easy. Because, it's been a tough, long recovery so far from my foot. So, I don't know. It's like watching a Gregor live stream. Yes, it is like that, isn't it, Race? What's going on? Thanks for joining. So, I don't know what you guys got going on today, but some people are always post things like say, yeah, it's that's one thing that, man, that's difficult. I left out the most important part, Race. Yeah, I know the phallic fetish, right? Well, actually, that's one of the things that I, really had to talk about in that video from a couple days ago about the Amazon, because, it's like, oh, pray for the Amazon, pray for the Amazon, but don't actually do anything, right? Don't actually do anything in your everyday choices. These are the same people who will cry about a dog in a hot car, but not care about animals on their way, being transported to the slaughterhouse. Gentleman never tells his age, age. Well, I'll mention my vegan age, which is a little over 5 years. And really wish I could say that was longer, but hey, it is what it is, right? The age. That's funny. So, Race, before you even get to it and you say it, I'm gonna let you know that I and others have noticed that, and it seems to coincide with the launch of this, the beta dashboard is what it seems to be. Some of the upload defaults and some of the other things about people's channels seem to have gotten mixed up. This happened before, it's happened again. I just noticed that you don't have a wrench by your name, and that was nothing intentional, so I'm starting to think that this is just YouTube being broken, because it sucks. When I get off the elliptical and I get over on the laptop, I can fix that, but anyway, it is what it is for now. I'm not the only person who has noticed that little channel defaults and stuff have changed, so don't take it personally. But yeah, so I'm hoping to do, half hour, 40 minutes on the elliptical or something like that, and that's probably going to translate into 6 to 7, maybe 8 kilometers if I'm going fast enough. So like 5 miles tops, something like that. Gentleman never tells his rage. Rage against the machine. Yeah. So I haven't run in like a month. And this is my first elliptical session in probably that amount of time as well. So we'll see how I make out, but this could be pretty tough. So how is the ankle? Well, I've realized what I thought was anterior or maybe posterior ankle impingement, I'm believing now is actually Achilles tendonitis. That's what it seems to be. Seems to be mostly back now on the heel, and it definitely feels like it's an Achilles issue. So recovery has been slower than hoped, slower than expected. So it gets a little sore at the end of the day if I'm like really active, but it's no problem for me to go and walk around for an hour or something like that, as long as I take it kind of easy. It's mostly if I'm like really stretching it out, going up like big hills or things like that. So it's just a matter of being sensible about it. I still feel like staying active enough to like move it is, it's probably a good idea, but I can't overdo it. So you think Vegan Zombie's okay? Yeah, we don't really see you over there. Starting to wonder if you were boycotting him or something. Feels good to get moving again, though, I gotta say. You love Chris and John? Yeah, they're hilarious. John's hilarious. Chris gets into story mode pretty good sometimes, which is great. So, yeah, I think this weekend I'm gonna get out, put up some more flyers and stuff like that, try to get the old dog walking thing going a little better. Yeah, exactly. Actually, that's my thoughts exactly on that duo. And then tomorrow, I'm hoping I got something good that I can vlog for tomorrow. Or no, not tomorrow. Sorry, I messed that up. Next weekend. First, I put up your wrench. Yeah, well, I talked about that. I'll get that when I get off the elliptical here. But yeah, so next weekend, there's like there's this like national park. It's like Oceanside Park with like caves and all kinds of really cool stuff. That's actually pretty close to where I live, so I think we're gonna go check that out and try to vlog it, which would be, pretty cool. Haven't been there. I've never actually been down there, like along the actual park system. And I've lived in this area for like 36 years. You don't want a wrench fight with me. Yeah, it's because you are a master at your craft. Mastercraft. Not sponsored. Alright, well, so I can just ramble for however long this goes, or if you guys got any questions, anything like that. You like that little wordplay? So, in the meantime, I'll just say that I'm going at about an 8-mile-per-hour pace right now. So, you know, that's pretty good, but obviously it's a little bit easier to do that on the elliptical, obviously, than like running or something. But I think the plan will be for the next few weeks to just boost up the elliptical so I can maintain or maybe even regain a little bit of my cardio, because yeah, that's definitely suffered since I've been running. But hopefully within the next week or so I can try getting out for some short little jogs. We'll see how the foot feels, but not even close to Gregor level. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Gregor has his laptop right here in front of him. I've just got my phone, which is out of arm's reach away from me. See, all I can do is point at you. So, what can I do? I can't even reach. Beautiful day here in Nova Scotia. It's only about 20 Celsius, which is maybe 72, 73, something like that, Fahrenheit. No humidity, nice breeze. Of course, it feels warmer than that in here, but that's okay. Try to get out for a walk maybe a little bit later on. Yeah, I'll race that other extremity will also not make that distance. Do I plan to get out today? Yes. So later on, I wanted to stream a bit, hit the elliptical, but later on, try to get out for a short walk at least, just to stay active. But I don't really know if that's going to be anything that I vlog or anything, but I'm thinking tomorrow I'll try to get out a little bit more, get around, get some more flyers up and stuff. Daniel asks, when you exercise, does it feel better when you poop? Yeah, better, like, if I do that beforehand. I mean, I'm sure it would suck if I did that while I was running or exercising. So, you know, it's good to get those things out of the way. See Dan joined. I may not be able to keep up on comments perfectly because I'm just watching on my phone from a couple feet away, but and now Daniel, I'm sure that they probably do. I don't know why you're asking that question, but why don't we keep it nice and keep it clean and not oddly specific about things that are not relevant to this stream. How about that? Race? No, I have not tried that to see how it feels exactly while exercising. It's funny. All right. So again, just trying to get some cardio in. Can't return to running yet because of the foot, but you know, what do you do? Do I eat brown bananas? I don't mind if there's like a little bit of brown on them, and if there's like, you know, if they're a little bit ripe. I definitely don't like bananas that aren't ripe, that are still like kind of bitter and stuff. I mean, I'd eat them if I absolutely had to, but for ripe fruit as opposed to non-ripe. Weird if you do. Okay. I'm noticing your screen name there and wondering if you're going in another direction with this. But yeah, so you're not addressing your product line because you're planning on. No, I can't really see every comment, Race, so that's why I'm not addressing longer comments. And this guy says it's like eating a brown man. Okay, sure. Did I miss the part where you mentioned how this cross-training equipment appeared? Yeah, so I got this elliptical. It's probably been a couple years now, and I don't use it very often because normally I'm running just about every day. So it's only been within this last month I've been like, wow, I should really jump on the elliptical again. But I haven't really done that either. So just today I felt like, you know what, I need some cardio. Still can't get out running because of the foot, so gotta get that cardio back in shape. Yeah, it definitely sounds like they need some fiber. That's right. Actually, you can monitor these people as required. Let's put it that way. But yeah, so it's been a little bit different trying to get into a swing of things here, Dan, since we moved into this apartment from the house, because we had like a dedicated room just working out in the house, which you would, maybe have seen from some previous vids, but a little bit of a smaller room here, and it's been hard for me to get into the rhythm, but that's okay. Ray says you're anti-vegan, so you get your wrench back. Well, you won't get it back with that attitude. Gooey asks, that's going to be a no. That is going to be a definite no. So feel free to ask any questions that aren't completely ridiculous. If you're interested in, how we do things to fuel athletics as a vegan. All right, someone go ahead and wrench this guy, because no, I'm not, but that is absolutely irrelevant. So yeah, you can just go away now. Thank you, Ashley. I don't know why people take the time to do that. It's ridiculous. So what's on the menu today at John HQ, John headquarters? So yeah, 30-40 minute on the elliptical. We're already approaching 20 minutes, which is nice. And then after that, I don't know. We got up this morning. I kind of had like a second wind this morning. Jamie's creeping at me from the doorway.
I was there for the longest time.
Really?
Yeah.
You creep. Anyway, yeah, I don't really know what's going on today. We kind of just tidied up, got up, had some breakfast. Wow, Race. Yeah, just had some breakfast, had some hash browns and nice little. They say hi, fake girlfriend Jamie. She's real, I swear. Had some breakfast, had a nice breakfast sandwich with some Light Life Gimme Lean sausage and some homemade bread and some hash browns as well. And then just kind of chilled. I've been building up a digital library of TV shows and movies, so just been doing some downloading and stuff. Don't be fooled by John's talking feminine feet. Oh yeah, good memory. But after the stream, I'm not really sure. It's a beautiful day. It's only like 19°C, no humidity, nice breeze. So I will probably try to get out for a short walk just to cool down a little bit, maybe a little bit later on. It's gonna get down to like 10 degrees overnight. So it's gonna be a nice night to sleep with the windows open. Maybe burrow under a couple blankets. I love it. I love it when it's cold in the room, but you get underneath the blankets if I could afford to heat a place, I'd leave my windows open during the winter and just burrow. But anyway, so nothing really on the agenda. I saw a segment on the Weather Channel. Iceland is melting. It might be Greenland that you're talking about, but yes, that's crazy. It wasn't supposed to melt off like that until the year like 2070. Things are expediting, you know, and it's actually offensive to me when people laugh at it or treat it like it's not a big deal, because it's like, it's the future, man. That's crazy, Dan. Yeah, all for animal products and food addicts, and yeah, I mean, that's a huge part of it. Like, it's crazy. Like, you know, I put my last video there about the Amazon. I posted that first to my personal Facebook and stuff because I wanted my friends and family to see it. Like, I wanted people that I knew were not vegan to see this, so I just posted it straight to Facebook, and you know, had a few kind of like ignorant responses to that. You know, where it's easy to draw the line and say, okay, well, this person is obviously not somebody I ever want to associate with again, because if you are going to mock, you know, if you're gonna mock things and you're gonna like make fun of it, but it's literally the future of the planet, then you can pretty much fall off the edge of the flat earth that you believe in. So, bye, you know? And actually nothing specific, just, you know, a couple people say like, oh, there's no evidence of this, or there's no evidence of that, or just arguing the facts and the statistics, right? Like, arguing that it's not actually for farming that they clear all this land, and you know, talking about soy being the problem when something like 90% of all soy is actually fed to livestock and not humans, and it's just crazy. And then, you know, the thing that gets me the most is that then those people will talk about, well, I don't contribute to that because if everybody just had their own little small farm in their backyard, we wouldn't have this issue. But they're not willing to address or accept the reality that we don't have enough earth for that, you know? We don't have enough land for that. So while, yeah, that sounds like a good solution, it's not possible. It isn't possible to have a little farm in your backyard for everybody. We don't have enough land for that. Too many of us. So that's why, you know, factory farming and industrial agriculture exists in the first place. But they're not willing to admit that. They just want to live on their fairy land with their backyard chickens and Uncle Joe's farm, where those couple cows live free and, you know, feed the whole family for the winter. Hey, if that's your life and you're living off in the rural area and that's what you're doing, is it better than, from an environmental standpoint, than supporting animal agriculture? Yeah, maybe, but that's not the point. Weave Magic's in the house. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to my sweat fest. This is what happens when you don't run or do the elliptical or anything like that for about a month. How do they live free and feed the family at the same time? Well, that's just it. They don't simultaneously. They live free until they feed the family. And that's the part they like to leave out. They like to think that there's some sort of magical thing that happens there in the middle. Gregor style live stream. Yeah, but Gregor doesn't hit the elliptical like this. He, you know, he's got the treadmill going, which would probably be way easier right now. So far I've got 24 minutes in at about 13 kilometers an hour, 8 miles per hour. So, you know, looking to do somewhere around 10K. So we're getting there. We are getting there. I'm at about 5K now, so might have to pick it up a little bit, but that's all right. So I will probably miss some comments or questions. If I just miss it, go ahead, post it again. Ask your talking feet to put my wrench back. Yeah, I will. Like I said, I don't understand what's happened. This has happened twice now with you. It's happened with a couple of other people that used to mod on my channel. It's happened with other YouTubers whose moderators have changed, or their upload defaults, like in their description and stuff, has changed, reverted back to a previous state. And I would absolutely blame YouTube for that, because this platform is garbage as I'm using it. Am I gonna watch The Game Changers when it hits theaters? If yeah, YouTube is anti-vegan, exactly. I would say that if Game Changers is coming to my local theater, I will. Otherwise, I'll wait for some kind of an online screening or opportunity to watch it. I would actually like to figure out how I can play it for the local crowd if it in fact is not coming to the theater here. Because I think that's going to be a very important film to change people's minds and change the perspective of using animals. And, you know, guys, take it from me, I may not be the fittest, I may not be the fastest, I'm not a professional athlete by any means, but I've been vegan for over 5 years. I run marathons. You know, I'm not worried about my nutrition. It's not a thing, right? So, YouTube definitely works against me, says Ray's. If I had to trick it and punch it, well, maybe that's why it doesn't like you. You're too violent. Any other questions? As I start to sweat here pretty good. So this is complete accident, but I realized my new running watch matches my shirt perfectly. Didn't really plan that, but it's kind of cool. You're not violent, but you will use force for defense. Yes, that makes sense. I'm the same way. I've been in that situation, and I agree. I gotta say, my foot feels pretty good. I was a little bit concerned about how it would feel, but, you know, so far so good. Dan asks, how am I finding the watch? Oh, that's great. So this is the Sunto Ambit 3 Sport. I think this is a 2015 model. And honestly, as soon as I reset it so that it recognized that I was here in Atlantic, Canada, and not over in Europe, picks up GPS really well. I can set up like interval sessions and workouts in the app and then load them there so that it'll, you know, beep at certain intervals and stuff like that, which I used to have to use the Strava app on my phone and also this like multi-timer app to like set up things. So I'd have to have multiple things running at a time. Now I don't even need to carry my phone. I can just have it all right here. I am absolutely loving it. Can't wait to actually test it out on a run to see how accurate it is, to see just kind of how it feels, how it goes, but so far so good. I'm really impressed. I mean, if this is a 4-year-old model and it's working this well, I can only imagine what a newer one would do. So yeah, it's really cool. Definitely see the sweat starting to soak through. Started out dry. But this is good, getting some good cardio in. I like it. I think I'll do 10 more minutes on the elliptical, call it there. Maybe pick it up for the last couple minutes and you guys can see me work myself into a stupor. I think Ashley had asked another question, but I kind of missed it as I was answering Dan's. So you can go ahead and retype that if you don't mind, and I'll answer it. 11 minutes to wrench revival. Yeah, pretty much. So if you can hold on 11 more minutes, you will get your wrench. You need to behave yourself. Dan, I had noticed that you had commented, I think on one of Mark's videos maybe, that you bumped your leg or something on a table. Hopefully everything's okay. Hopefully you didn't sustain any kind of an injury to that. Feeling all right today? Everybody go subscribe to Dan if you like running content. Very inspiring athlete. Picked it up a little over a year ago. Has now run a couple of marathons. Doing well. True race, you won't have to behave yourself after that. Alright. Running is why cars were invented, people. Yeah, this is true. Just bruised, so uncomfortable, but yeah, okay, I got you. Running isn't a vegan, says Race. Care to elaborate on that? Because I would say it's arguably better for the environment, therefore better for the planet, the animals, than driving a car. Casually walking is vegan, yeah, true enough, but it doesn't get you there fast enough that you can promote veganism and do activism. If you're walking everywhere, you don't have time for any of the good stuff. That's my theory. And I want to live longer so that I can be around to promote this even longer. Teleportation is vegan. Yes, that would be ideal. You invent a teleportation device and I will use it gladly. That would be cool. So while you guys are at it, feel free to back out of the chat just long enough to hit that like button. I see we've got a few people. Only one thumb. Let's make that a few. While I continue to try to catch my breath. Someone has listened. Thank you. We're working on free energy. No time for teleportation right now. Okay, that's fair. Free energy is arguably more important. We appreciate your efforts to the scientific community. One wrench return equals one like. That's fair. What's everybody else got going on today? And have you seen, has everybody watched the Amazon video? Because, you know, not to toot my own horn or whatever, but I feel like that one was a good one to share with non-vegans because I wanted to like make sure I got some points across, get some statistics across, but not be like overly harsh, you know? So I'm open to criticism on that one if anybody has any constructive criticism, but dogs, dogs, and more dogs. Well, I'm hoping that that's what I will have going on in the near future, actually, because now that my foot is starting to get better, that I can at least walk on it as much as I want, basically. I want to try to pick that back up, and so get those out there, get those flyers out, get some clientele. Dan says you shared that one around with your family. Thanks, man, I appreciate that. Hopefully it can, you know, at least get people thinking a little bit. And that's really, you know, all we can do. We can only plant the seed and provoke thought, but Sean Baker debunked my Amazon video? No doubt. Sean Baker's the best at everything. He's just really good. Squashed by a thumb. Sean Baker, you know, and I don't like to speak poorly about too many people, but Sean Baker might be one of the most moronic people who's ever put themselves on the internet, honestly. Could be. All right, 5 minutes left on this elliptical. And I can go dunk my head in some water and come back to this stream and chat to you guys a little bit. So, probably gonna miss some comments here this last 5 minutes as I focus on picking up the pace. 6 minutes till wrench, maybe 7. You will have earned it. Just to be opposite and make money. Sometimes someone like Sean Baker is worrisome, yeah. Well, that's just it. I mean, you can be kind of a polarizing character and, you know, gain a big following and make some money and all that, but if at the end of the day what you're promoting or what you're standing for is absolute BS, then, you know, what do you do, right? All right, Race is playing coach, really trying to get me to pick it up here, as if I'm not soaked enough already. Next session, Race, you're going to join me in a Google Hangout, and you're going to be on the Elliptical as well. Jamie's laughing in the background. Faster, says Race. Okay. Currently now at about 15K per hour. 9 miles per hour. Got 4 minutes left. Do I sweat easily, Sassly? Sometimes. Like, if it's warm and I'm running, yeah, definitely. But that's not how I hang out with my Google. Oh my God. I do find that I probably sweat when I'm running more than the average person. But I gotta be honest, this is a good workout. So I'm probably sweating a normal amount for this effort. Especially since I really have done no cardio other than walking for almost a month. So I'll take it. Feels good though. Okay. 3 minutes. Pick it up, you slow ass. All right, I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up. Thanks, Race. I need that coaching. Do I watch any of V-Game's content? Do I care for it? The only thing I've seen from him so far is a song that he put out. And, you know, I mean, it's good for what it is. It's not really my style. But I've been meaning to watch some more of his content. Haven't really gotten to it yet. So, I actually don't watch a lot of YouTube. There's only about probably 5 people that I watch everything they put out. One of them is Dan, who's in this chat. Another one is Mark from Running with Mark. And that's about it. V-Games equals the greatest white rapper of all time. Tell Eminem that. The message of the song, yeah, it's cool. The message is great for sure. No worries, Dan. About a minute and a half left to go here. Yeah, tell Vanilla Ice that. That's right. Alright. Now the person I watch every video they put out is Fog Runner, Forza Dean Runner. Andy, great guy. VO2 Max Productions, Sage. I watch him. Pick it up, you move like a fat carnist. Well, thanks, Race. I appreciate that. That's motivation, though. All right. What channel? Okay, yeah. VO2 Max Productions. It's Sage Canada. And that is a large channel. He's got about 150,000 subs. But Dan, who's in this chat, check him out. Running with Mark. Fog Runner, right there, Dan said it. He's got a little over 1,000 subs. He's pretty good. All right, last 30 seconds. All right. Sprint to the finish, guys. Over 20 kilometers an hour right now. There we go. Did 8.4 kilometers. Run like you're a headband and Sverre just sweaty and ready to wear it. That's hilarious. All right. Whew. That last little bit got the heart rate up. So, Brace, just give me a couple minutes here. I will go dunk my head in some water, and then I'll give you your wrench. Patience, young grasshopper. Be right back. All right, here we go. Let me get situated here. Bring the stream up on my laptop. Whew. Garfield looks judgmental. Yeah, he's like, screw you guys. He's too lazy for this. He doesn't want to, he does not want to be part of the elliptical movement. He's like, man, it's Monday. All I want to do is lie down, eat lasagna. My laptop is being dumb. Sometimes it loses internet connection. And I need to reset it because the network card is going in it or something. I don't know. Just gonna bring the stream up. Blue test 2. Now hold on, Race. It's coming. It's coming. As soon as my laptop communicates with me with the internet and then agrees that this is going to happen, you will get your wrench back. Calm your tits. Well, that was fun. That was a good 40 minutes on the elliptical. Okay. There you go. Test your wrench out now. Blue test 4. Yeah, that was a good session. There you go. Do I use a lot? No, actually I don't. That's a good question, Ashley. I've been told by several people that I do not sound like a Canadian. I do not speak like a Canadian. And I think that's true, especially where I'm from. On the East Coast, there's a very strong local accent, and I quite fortunately do not have it. All right, 1 second here. I'm gonna put you down. Yeah, I have a slight accent, but it's not strong. Gotta adjust my tripod here. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Okay. go. Wonder what accent race has. I don't know. I would be willing to bet some sort of you're liking the stream since you blew me. Oh, thanks. I am willing to bet that race has like an Appalachian Virginia style accent. I don't know if that's accurate, but that's my guess. How close am I, Race? What kind of accent do you have? Wow, definitely got the, am I subscribed to you? No, I don't think that I am. I didn't realize you had a channel. Again, I don't watch a lot of YouTube, so I will do that afterwards if you do have a channel. Well, folks, that was a nice session. That was a really nice session. You have no accent. All accents are based on how far off your speech is from yours. Oh, okay. So everybody else in the world has an accent, and you have the baseline for speech. I got it. That actually makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. All right, I gotta grab my water. Holy shit. Had a weird dream about a foot soldier that he showed his face. Oddly enough, it had to do with me saying I have a hunch of who he is. Okay. And what did his face look like? Well, I grabbed my water. John is foot soldier? No. I couldn't imitate that accent if I wanted to. Maybe Dan is foot soldier. Dan, are you vegan foot soldier? It's you, isn't it? Ugh. There we go. Get rid of that. Not quite. Being foot soldier is more plausible than Jamie being real. Oh, you're vegan foot. That's funny. Nip slip. Yeah. Wardrobe malfunction. That's all that is. Eyes burning. You're funny. So I did that in just sock feet on the elliptical because I figured it would be better range of motion for my foot, and it felt pretty good. The only thing is now my heel kind of hurts, like on the bottom, just from like the the actual surface of the steps. Water flush not working. What a moment to tune in. Yeah. Hey Mark, how's it going? So thanks for joining, and sorry that you had to join in just as I was taking my shirt off. That's actually not the theme of this video, as you can probably tell from the title. Just finished up a nice 40-minute elliptical session. Pretty much my first real cardio in about a month. Well, since the 28th when I attempted that half marathon. And I used the Sunto. It was pretty good. Pretty good. Clickbaiter, yes.
You gave up?
Gave up? I didn't give up. I did 40 good minutes.
I'm just kidding.
John, you can't seduce me. I'm straight. That doesn't mean anything, Race. Actually, bow, chicka, bow, bow. Yeah, this is a legit stream now. Exactly. When John doesn't have a shirt on, that's what pretty much makes it. I managed to say Sunto pretty well. Cool. I'm assuming that it's not like technically just two syllables. It's more like suunto sort of deal. Is it almost as if it's like 2.5 syllables? Does that make sense? Race is straight. What else can we know about him? That's about it. That's about all we know. Did you get out running today, Mark? I was telling these guys that there's pretty much only about 5 channels that I watch all the content. You, Dan, Forsadine Runner, Andy, Sage, VO2 Max, and then I think there may have been a 5th, but I forget who it was now. So that goes to show every letter in a Finnish word you pronounce. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's what I kind of thought. I had a very, very small amount of exposure to the Finnish language at one point in time, and I thought so. If you want to know anything about me, just ask. I'm an open book. I reveal everything with ease, says Race Lever, except that. Yeah, okay. That was bait. Yeah, ASL. So that will get you a bunch of no's. So anyway, the foot is feeling pretty good after that effort, I have to say. I might have needed to kind of really stretch it out with a good effort like that, but at the same time, I never want to like overdo my Achilles. So I think that the elliptical is going to be the way to go. Just editing the video now, maybe up tonight. Cool, can't wait to watch it. I definitely love your videos when you're out running on the trail and stuff. It's cool that there's, you know, a little park system inside Helsinki like that. That you've got so many amazing natural places to run, even within, you know, an urban area. So that's really cool. Oh no, Ashley, that's horrible. Have I been doing any foam rolling? No, I have done a little bit of rolling, but not really. It's right on my Achilles. Like I think it is like Achilles tendonitis. So what I've been doing is just kind of like massaging it. I've been putting ice on it every now and then, and just essentially trying to keep from stretching it out too much. So it's good when I go for a walk, as long as I don't really overdo it. It feels pretty good. Sometimes at the end of the day, if it's really sore, then I know I've overdone it. And although I don't like to, I'll take like a couple of ibuprofen or something like that, a little anti-inflammatory to you know, to help with that. But so far it's been a gradual progression, and it has been getting better. It's just a matter of knowing how much I can do without making it worse. And with the Achilles, I don't want to take any chances. I was hoping to be able to get up for a couple short jogs by now, but yeah. Ray says, unless you've run with Mark, you should demand he change his channel name, John. Yeah, well, you know, I think that really that's not where he's going with that, Race. Well, that's a little harsh. No, she didn't mean to do that, and it was already there. Careful with that wrench. So, now that I can breathe and now that I can actually speak, man, that last like 30 seconds really took it out of me. I got up to over 20 kilometers an hour, so like 13 miles an hour pretty much. That's a nice pace, even on the elliptical. Good to get the heart rate up though. So what I'll do is probably hang out with you guys as long as there's some sort of a flow or what's going on. So Otherwise, I probably won't stick around a lot because I really don't have a whole lot prepared for this. I just wanted to chat about, or just kind of, hang out while I was on the elliptical. But all right, more importantly, now that you can put your nips away and put your shirt back on, no, I'm going to keep my shirt off and keep the nips out because this is my house. Sounds like I have a good recovery routine going. Yeah, thanks, Mark. I'm trying, I want to it's difficult for me to not want to jump back in and get out. Like, this is definitely the longest I've ever gone without running, almost a month now. I had only ever had 2 separate stretches where I went 10 days without running. And so this is absolutely driving me bonkers. But, you know, I know that I have to be smart about it. I know that I have to just kind of take my time and let it progress on its own. I can't rush it, especially with something as important as the Achilles. If it was just a little bit of pain, that's one thing, but the Achilles snaps, I'm looking at surgery and months before I can even really walk comfortably, so I don't want that to happen. Can you at least put some tassels on? No. Does my ankle feel fine after the elliptical? Actually, yeah, so it does feel good now. So what I'll do is, right after I get off this stream, I'll probably ice it a little bit and just kind of like make sure that I massage it if I need to. Right now, actually, the only thing that does kind of hurt is the bottom of my heel because I did that in just sock feet, and I must have just gotten on like one of the little grippy hard pieces of plastic right on the bottom of my heel the wrong way, because now that actually just kind of hurt a little bit, but oh well, that'll be fine. I may have to continue live streaming. I'm your excuse to not start the yard work. Oh, okay. Well, then you're gonna have to ask meaningful and valid questions here to keep me talking, Race. And if you can do that, I'll stay here for quite a while. That's the worst injury, says Ashley. Yeah, well, I don't know if you're talking about the actual like snapping of the Achilles. That would be horrible. So luckily, I think that I'm not, you must have bruised yours once when you were running consistently. Oh, like the bottom of the heel? Yeah, that sucks. I forget, do you do any more running these days, or? Meaningful and valid questions, asked Riz. Okay, so what do you think the purpose of your nipples are? I don't know. That's a stumper. What is the purpose of the male nip? Who knows, man? Who knows? Mark says, one thing to consider, not saying it's the issue, but something to think. Pay attention to the muscle groups around the part that hurts. So, for example, massage the calf and the plantar fascia. Yeah. No, that's a good idea. And I know they're all definitely connected, and, those things all play an important role with one another. So, no, I will definitely be doing that. That's for sure. And so your Achilles heel, ooh, the worst. Yeah, that is, it does suck. All right, so Race, who do I think the dumbest anti-vegan is? The dumbest anti-vegan. Well, wow, that's a real toss-up because there are some real doozies out there. But I mean, Sverige is a moron. That guy's just a complete idiot. But I would say the dumbest anti-vegan. Huh. Man, that's a good question. Maybe even Sean Baker, because there's somebody who apparently had an education and should know better. So you have to be a complete moron, I would say. And Race, I don't think I'll bother answering that one because I don't know. I have no idea. There's so many, all of them. Yeah, actually, I'll tell you who's a real idiot that I can't stand is, and these guys, remember when Happy Healthy Vegan was on the show, The Doctors, and Dr. Travis Stork. That guy is an absolute muppet. I can't stand him at all. Like, saying that bacon is healthy, like, what a loser. Who do I think the smartest anti-vegan is? I don't know. I don't know that there are a lot of extremely intelligent ones. There are a lot that like claim to be intelligent or have deluded themselves into feeling that they are. But Tim Sheaf is a weirdo. I stand by that. Mark, dumbest anti-vegan is anyone who calls himself vegan when they're just following a plant-based diet and then switch once they have social climbed. Exactly. And so many people do that. They ride the whole, like, you know, vegan trend to a following, and then when it's not serving them anymore, those words right out of Tim's mouth, then they switch over to something else. Yeah. I would agree with that. And that just really, you know, that bothers me more than anybody who is even just like an anti-vegan troll. Anybody who just like doesn't care or is just being a troll, at least that's somewhat honest. But anybody who just uses good morals and ethics and a good like stance to earn themselves a following, then only to flip on it, that's just scummy. That's terrible. Guess he's not smart, he's a manipulator. Yeah, there's a little difference there, but I guess you need to be smart enough to socially engineer people, so. People like Pierce Morgan is anti-vegan, but he brings a moving great voice. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, Pierce is trolly, but not the worst thing, I guess. It looks like my laptop has just crapped out on me again. Nagib Athlete, am I applying that to Tim? Not necessarily, no. No, we had just recently talked about him, but I wasn't actually trying to apply that to Tim. I don't think that's quite what happened there. I think there was more going on in his case. I don't think he attempted to use it to build a following and then switch over. I'll actually give him that credit. I don't think he was trying to do that. I just think that he fell into a hole, let's put it that way. Yeah, so my laptop has just crapped out on me again, so I'm just going to reset that so I can actually see the chat, because I can see your comments, but it's not great on the phone. So yeah, I mean, and I don't want to, you know, keep going back to him or dwelling on him in any way, but definitely think that was a little bit of a different case. I don't think there was an intentional build your status and build a following to then, you know, plan to switch over or create drama. I think it was more of a just, you know, kind of going out to lunch a little bit. But in any case, hey Sean, thanks for joining. Thanks for popping by. Did a good 40 minutes on the elliptical, pretty much my first real workout in almost a month since I injured my foot. So yeah, it felt pretty good. Nice to get a little over 5 miles in. Ankle feels pretty good afterwards, stretched out nice, but great thing about the elliptical, there's no impact. So yeah, non-impact exactly. I really just need to keep that cardio up and keep it. You know, I do like getting out for walks and stuff, but even that, if I'm walking on hills, can bother it if I do too much. So at least the elliptical is very same fluid motion. I don't really have to stretch the calves out too much and stretch the Achilles out too much. So just gonna keep that going. Is it the bottom? No, the bottom of my heel is actually bothering me right now, but only because I did the elliptical in my sock feet, and I think I just kind of like irritated, like from rubbing the little grippy parts of my elliptical. with the bottom of my foot, but it's really right on the heel, like right on the back of the heel, almost right on the heel bone, and that's where the tendon is sore. So, you know, it's only really sore when I overdo it, but so I don't think it's like plantar fasciitis or whatever. I think it is actually like the Achilles tendonitis or something, but yeah, I mean, it sucks, but it is getting better, so, you know, working on it. Do I ever lift weights, asks Race. No, but I was talking about this earlier with Jamie, and should probably start. I want to start lifting a bit. I'm going to start with some body weight kind of stuff. Oh, just kidding, clearly you don't. Ha ha ha, you're funny, Race. You're a bastard. But actually, you know, I will give myself a little bit of credit, because even though I don't lift and I really like don't do any kind of upper body stuff at all, I still feel like I've got pretty good upper body strength and a little bit of natural definition. So, but yeah, I was saying to Jamie earlier, I was like, I should just get ripped. I should just like, you know, out of nowhere, just get completely ripped and then just have like a strong upper body. It'd be hilarious. Yeah, yeah, that's a good point, Mark. Um, People are made to believe that there's a perfection, but it's actually about accepting the present situation. I know exactly what you mean. It is definitely, it's definitely one of those things where people are striving for perfection, or that next level. And I think when you're not truly happy with where you are, you'll never be happy with where you can be. You know, you'll never be satisfied. So you need to be able to accept fully the present situation and present moment. And then when you can do that, it's fine. You can strive to achieve more and have aspirations, but you know, you need to not settle, but be satisfied and at least non-resistant. Aiming for perfection is just, that's just self-torture. There's no such thing. Go for runs and walks with ankle and wrist weight straps. I don't think I will do that, Race. I've seen enough. I've seen enough to suggest that that might not actually be perfectly healthy for me. I don't think I'd bother doing that. Fancy some CrossFit? I don't know. See, the problem is if I start doing CrossFit, then I've got to decide which one I talk about first: being a vegan or doing CrossFit. And I don't know. No, I don't. I don't have anything against CrossFit. I think it would be fine, but I think I'm just gonna work on doing like some, you know, kind of some body weight exercises, doing some more like plyometric type stuff, calisthenics, and you know, all things that I can either do on my own, not in a gym, or just out in nature, or like, you know, go to the local schoolyard or playground or whatever and use some equipment like the monkey bars and stuff. And just that kind of stuff. Ashley, I like that answer. That's funny. CrossFit is entertaining to watch. Never thought you'd say that. You know, I've got a friend, not really a friend. I've got a former coworker. He just went and started another job within the last couple of months. He did CrossFit all the time. You know, that's all he talked about. Granted, you know, he was in decent shape, but he would just talk about these workouts they do. And I couldn't help but ask myself, why? Why would you do that? Why, you know, like, I don't understand the purpose of it. I mean, hey, maybe it worked, I don't know, but there was a lot of these things that he would say that they would do, and I'd be like, yeah, okay, but why? Anyway. Race asks, what is your best dance move, and also prove it? Well, I will prove that I am not a good dancer by not dancing, because that is the truth. I am not a good dancer. I have zero flow. I have zero ability to hold a rhythm whatsoever. So yeah, I've got the typical dance moves of a mid-30s white guy. Ashley says, I enjoy HIIT workouts, high intensity interval training workouts. They are definitely good sometimes, that's for sure. Um, Mark, yeah, that's what he's probably thinking when you go for a 25K run, yeah, and for fun. Yeah, that's true. He might be thinking, why the hell are you doing that? So that's fair. That is fair. Not dancing will not prove you are not a good dancer. Well, yeah, but I don't need to put evidence of my inability to dance on the internet. Like, I'll just save everybody the pain and suffering and just explain that I can't. You don't need to see it. Trust me, it'll haunt you for weeks. Dancing's just enjoying music, really. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The only way to prove it is to play Boy George's Do You Really Want to Hurt Me and show you what I've got. No, that would actually hurt you, and I don't really want to hurt you. So, you thought that you had to wash your eyes out with soap and maybe even mild detergents when I took my shirt off. Well, you would need to do much more than that if I started dancing. Let's put it that way. So I care enough about you to not do that. How's that sound? Looks like the person that was in here at the earlier stages of this stream that was talking about bananas and brown bananas. It looks like they went away, so thank you, Ashley, for being a good moderator there. Looks like they gave up on that. Race asks, have I ever been in hunting? Like, have I ever hunted? Is that the question? Because no, if that's your question, no, I've never hunted. I've never done that. Have I ever been hunting? Okay, no, I have not. Now, when I was a kid, I used to go fishing with my dad, so that's obviously something I regret, but what do? You live and you learn. Fishing is technically hunting, yes, I agree with that. So in that sense, then maybe, but I've never gone out, hunting an animal with a gun or anything like that. I think some part of me always knew that I would not want to do that. So even as a kid or a teen, even though I would have that disconnect with fish, I did not have any desire to take a land animal's life. That's a very speciesist mentality, I know, but that's where I was. So you wanted to give them a chance. Wonder who they are. Do you ever get an image in your head? No, it's probably just somebody who joined. Who knows? There are enough people that just go out and try to troll live streams and stuff. That whatever. Have I ever shown my nipples to wild animals, which would be animal abuse in my case? No, I can't say that I have, at least not intentionally or provocatively. I guess if I'm out running and I'm running shirtless and an animal goes by and happens to see, well, then they're, casualties of war. Where do you even come up with these questions? Thank you, but yeah, that's interesting. How about yourself? Have you ever done any of those things, Race? I'd be curious to know. Any YouTube vegans I think are fake vegans? Ooh, that's a good question. There are one or two that I kind of have had my doubts about for a little bit of time. But in the event that I'm wrong, I'm not going to reveal that just yet. Because I don't want to make accusations, but there are a couple of people that kind of make it a little bit easy to doubt them a little, just by how they act and stuff, you know. But I'm not going to call anyone out because I could very well be wrong, and I don't want to cause any drama about that. Race, will you do a video collab with John? Asks Ashley. And okay, you'll do a video as John. Okay, cool. What happened to Byron? Says Ashley. I was talking to him earlier on Instagram, so he's around. Mark, interesting you said you regret it. It's really interesting. Is it something we should regret as it makes us the person we are today? Complex. See why would regret it, of course. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like, you know, I think that we're all born with the innate desire to care for other beings or to at least respect other beings. It's that societal conditioning or that, you know, misinformation that makes us think that we need to eat animals that allows us to sort of put those morals on the back burner a little bit because we think we're doing so out of necessity. But we still always have like our own little lines that we'll draw. I mean, some people don't care, you know, because I guess as a kid they're just taught they need to eat animals and that's how they're raised, and they get kind of conditioned to get a little bit further into that at an earlier age. In my family, you know, there was never any like pressure or parental conditioning to like go out and get into hunting or anything like that. That's not the household I was raised in. So I think it was a little bit easier for me to draw a little bit of a clearer line than some maybe. But yeah, it is interesting because I think, you know, no kid actually wants to harm animals, I don't think. You know, and if they say that they do, I don't think they truly understand what that means yet. Maybe they don't fully understand the concept of life and death and what that really truly means. So, you know. People misuse the vegan label all the time. They don't fully understand, think it's a diet. Yeah, there's definitely some like plant-based diet YouTubers, and I don't even really consider them. Like, I don't really, you know, like it's obvious to me that they're just kind of, you know, in it for that, and that's fine. Like, that's valid. That, you know, they're still saving animals by not eating them, so that's cool and all, but I wouldn't look to them for advice on veganism or whatever. Hopefully they'll pick up on that, but you know, what do you do? I asked Byron first, probably stealing my comments. John, unwrench maybe in order for that offense. Yeah, maybe. Hey, Ashley, now come on. Race is, you know, race is already a little bit testy. A little testy. Haha. Mocking my authority. She didn't deny it. No, that's true. That is true. Mark, thank you. Good at picking up a thought and question off the bat, talking, explaining it in a really good way. Oh, thanks, man. I like to think that I can go off on a tangent with the best of them. So, I don't know. I have a little bit of an abstract mind. I will blame or credit, depending on how you look at it, my late teens, early 20s lifestyle for my ability to go off on abstract tangents. So, Race asks, is the dancing salmon in lingerie a go yet? So, wow, that is a throwback to a stream from months ago. I will become Sam1. Yeah, I can't see that ever happening. Again, I'm not good at dancing. If I were a better dancer, perhaps if you would pay for lessons, you know, then I could make that happen. But I just can't do it. Just can't do it. I'm just not. I'm not qualified for the position. You will teach me. Okay. Live stream lessons or private lessons. Step 1, stand up. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I have to say, I am quite pleased with how I'm feeling after that elliptical session. It's It's nice to know that my cardio is still there pretty decent. I mean, I worked up a pretty good sweat, but step 2, stop saying you're not going to follow my orders. Well, you know what? I bow to no man. I'm going to head out, not editing, just listening. Alright, cool, Mark. Not editing, just listening. I don't 100% follow you there, but oh, I got you. I got you. You were going to be editing, and you weren't doing that. Instead, you were just listening to me. So okay, I got you. All right. Thanks, Mark, for popping by. Appreciate it. It was a good session, and thanks for participating in the post-workout chat. Step 3, raise right arm. Okay, well, I can do that. Where did weave go? That's a good question. My right arm is still up, by the way, Race. So, come on. Get on with it. What's step 4? It's funny when people tell me they can't do this. Curl fingers, okay. Like this. This is funny. You see it here, folks. Anybody rewatching this after bend wrist backwards or forwards? I don't know which way. But yeah, so anybody watching this afterwards, after Race deletes all of the... oh, I see what you're doing. After Race deletes all his comments... Nope, see, I saw where this was going. I'm shutting it down. Where did weave go? That's a good question. I should get weave back in here. You were going to teach me the wave? Yeah, I bet you were going to teach me the wave. You were going to teach me the big wave. Actually, you know what? I got to report on something here, guys. I opened up Facebook because I was going to send Weave a message, and I'm seeing a comment or a Facebook post by a friend of mine, and I want to read this to you guys because I think this is really, really awesome. This person had watched my video from a couple days ago, and this is why I do this. This is the entire reason why I share my stuff. So this friend of mine says, I'm not vegan, so I feel like this message will resonate better with the average person. If you knew for a fact that as a result of eating meat that the planet was going to die, that humans and all life would become extinct, literally in the next 50 years, would you discontinue eating meat and animal products? Comment a yes or no. So this person, again, is not vegan and is making statuses like this to raise awareness and start the question. I think that's amazing. And so far, it looks like most people are on board with at least greatly reducing their intake. Wow, that is amazing. So I'm going to comment positively because is that because of my video? I fully believe that it is going that it is because this buddy of mine, he's like, we don't see each other very often, but it's one of those friends that years and years can go by and then you can just pick right back up where you left off. They liked and commented on this, so this is absolutely amazing because he's now engaging with so many other non-vegans who are basically saying, yes, I would at least greatly reduce my intake. So that's awesome. All right. I've probably missed a couple things. Sorry, I had to just go take care of that. So, wow. What's my next video going to be about? It says race, but then it's, yeah, so nice of them to kill less of their fellow sentient beings that want to live just like they do. Yeah, no, I know. I know that it's not ideal, it's not perfect by any means, but I still think that it's really cool when um, your average person, that's just doing the typical Western diet thing, responds positively to a post like that and agreed that the guy making this post, because he's not vegan and he specified that, I think he'll see a better response. If it came from somebody like me, I wouldn't get that response because they'd be like, well, what's the angle here? Why are you trying to convince me? But the fact that he's making that post, I think, goes a long way. So that's really cool. Wow. No, I know. I know. I know where you're coming from there, Race. Imagine saying that it's, great to say that you would rape one less person. I get it. And trust me, I'm not an advocate for reducitarianism. It's not. I hate to say this, but it's a good starting point for these people who otherwise have no interest whatsoever. But yes, I get your point. Only my dance moves can save us. Well, that's funny. No, and it's kind of just threw me for a loop because seeing this person post this is actually truly amazing. But it does raise a valid point though, because obviously reducing is not the goal. Obviously you would never say like, oh, that's awesome that you beat your wife one less day per week or whatever, right? Like, obviously that's not okay. And absolute abolition of animal use is what we should be advocating for. But I still see the positive in these things, in these posts, in these steps that get people engaged. I think it's important that we not celebrate, but at least appreciate people's efforts to make changes, even as small as they might be. Ashley, I can't help you, but luckily you have that skunk smell on your car, so people probably won't bother you. And no, I do not. No, I just live in a very small town, and there's, maybe like 8,500 people in this town. So there are some smaller little neighborhoods or whatever, but I wouldn't say there's anything that's like, you know. Yeah, Race, that's probably a bad idea. That's probably a bad idea. People don't usually bother the girl with 90 dogs. Yeah, that's true enough. Yeah, actually, I would suggest not following Race's advice on that one. That might not go well for you. Just trying to, yeah, right. Your advice is solid. Yeah. Your advice there was as solid as anything that Dr. Eric Berg has ever spieled on the internet. So, yeah, I just compared you to Dr. Eric Berg, and I use doctor very loosely in that. Yeah, actually, you know what? That reminds me. Berg was one of the first kind of like anti-vegan idiotic doctors that I came across when I don't you Berg me sucker that I came across when I started getting into YouTube and stuff. And I think people like him are actually very dangerous because they can articulate things very well, right? So when you are an intelligent bullshitter like that, but you're also very articulate and you can formulate good responses and sound intelligent, that makes people want to follow you. There's a couple of channels that are like vegan channels and stuff, but who also just get very into that. And it's like you can be spiritual and you can be kind of like a little bit on the woo side without trying to prove to anybody that you're more intelligent than you are. So like when I see some people get like really deep and try to make simple things sound really profound, it's like, okay, that's an alert for me. Like that's a fraud alert for me, especially if they're trying to sell you something in every video. Eric Berg, oh god. Yeah, his channel seems illegal. Yeah, should be. The question from Race is Ashley pretty? I'm not really sure. I may have seen her photo if she's commented on my Facebook page or something before or whatever, but to be honest, I haven't really paid attention and I don't think it's relevant, so I'm sure she's just lovely. But even if she's not, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Hey, here's something I just realized. You said that you are driving. What are you doing watching my YouTube live stream while you're driving? Do you have this up and you're actually reading comments and stuff while you're driving? Because that's probably not a good idea. You should either pull over or, yeah. Race, that's not even funny. I'm human if that helps. Yes, you are human. No, you're not going to turn this into a drama channel. That's, yeah. I mount it. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so you've got your phone mounted like up on the windshield or something? I gotcha. So how are you typing though when you're driving? Are you doing like speech to text? Can you do that while watching a live stream? Pull over. This is not safe. Now my feet are a little bit sore from that elliptical, but again, it's just the bottom of my feet because I did it in sock feet for some reason. She's living dangerously, John. Let her be. Yes, she's living vicariously through my stream. YOLO. Oh my. Well, how long have we been on here? We've been doing this for an hour and 34 minutes. I know I'm running out of things to talk about. As entertaining as you guys are. Not long enough. Story of my life. I'm just kidding. You guys remember that like maybe early to mid 90s it might have been, maybe early 90s. It was like a rap song. It was like, wish I was a little bit taller, wish I was a baller. I feel like that was a song about me. Only 20 minutes with your wrench. No, you've been playing with your wrench way longer than that. Way longer. 20 minutes. That's fake news. He must work for Fox. I actually don't watch the news. I refuse to watch the news. I don't watch even my local, like, little Atlantic Canadian reporting on the elderly woman doing this art show. Like, that's our news. I don't even watch that shit because it's yeah, it's ridiculous. Well, I would say, Ashley, if you don't feel comfortable visiting that area, then I would break that. Just let them know that unfortunately it's too far for you to travel or something like that. Thanks for saying your wrench lasts longer than 20 minutes. That's funny. Well, I mean, I'm guessing. This moderator wrench does. That's a good song, John. Do I wish I was a baller? Actually, I used to be really good at basketball. I used to play all the time. One of my apartments that I lived in was right across the street from a basketball court. So I played literally all the time. I played through school and stuff. So even though I'm a short guy, I was always good at basketball. Now, do I wish I was still playing basketball? Sometimes. I would play every now and then. I mean, I could easily go to a basketball court that's not far from me. Could I dunk? No. No, I'm too short for that. Like, shorter than Spud Webb kind of dunk. I think he was 5'7". I could dunk on an 8-foot net, maybe a 9, but definitely no 10-foot net. Yeah, I could dunk on a 9-foot net, but definitely no 10-foot net. At my best, like at my peak, when playing ball, I could just barely, and it only happened a couple times, that I could just graze the rim with my finger if I jumped up, and that was definitely the closest I was ever gonna get. Clients, what do you do? Pet care, settle down. De-wrench him. No, it's a fair question. You were dunking since you were 5? Yeah, dunking donuts, right. Yeah, I could dunk donuts. Vegan donuts, of course, but I could do that. Now I want donuts. Damn it. I don't think there are any vegan donuts in this town, unfortunately. How much to care for your pet? Yeah. That's a trick question. Ashley, don't answer that. I'm still going to stop for something to eat. And have a shower and stuff like that. So, alright, well, looks like things have taken a turn here. But this is a good little interaction between you two. I'll let it go for a couple more minutes, but John Stay, he says, okay, well, do we have more questions? Well, do you? Okay. If you have more questions, go ahead. Go ahead. I will answer your questions. Otherwise, I'm going to go eat. How did I know that was going to be one of your first questions? Okay, so Ashley asks, is Jamie taller than me? Yes, by about an inch. Yeah, good way to clarify that one, Race. That's a good idea. So, Race, are my nipples the same size? Where do you even come up with this shit? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they're small. Actually, here's a funny story. I'll share this. So, one of our cats, Dylan, she's hilarious. When we first got them and she was much younger, I don't know if she like thought she could nurse from me or something, but she came up one time and like tried to like nurse from me, so it's hilarious. Um, yeah. Anyway, Dylan is an entertaining cat, that's for sure. Prove it? No. Have I ever measured them? No. No, I have not. But apparently small enough that my cat thought that she could nurse from me. Yeah, that is hilarious, isn't it? She's still actually like, sometimes I'll be just like laying on the couch or laying on the bed or something, and she'll come up and she'll start grooming me, you know, licking my chest and stuff like that. I don't know if she like thinks I'm my cat. I don't know, but one thing is for sure, she does not like it when you try to lick her back. She's like, ah, backs away. It's funny. What non-vegan channels do you watch while breastfeeding your cats? What? No, I actually I don't watch a lot of YouTube. The only I don't even really watch non-vegan channels, I guess, except for like I watch a couple running channels, and I don't think those people are necessarily vegan. One guy I know is a vegetarian. One guy I know is like, you know, very highly plant-based, but that's about it. Um, have I ever given my cats a bath? No. No, I haven't done that. I think that would not work out well. So Race asks, what do I feed my cats? Okay, well, I know this is a little bit of a polarizing question, and you know, some people may not like this, but I do not feed my cats a vegan cat food because number one, they have very, very specific dietary needs due to lots of allergies. Marley has been to the vet and back so many times due to allergies, trying to get her on a food where she actually just isn't getting sick and risking her life. So we finally found something that she can eat that doesn't, like, you know, put her at risk. They're 14 years old, so they get, unfortunately at this point in time, they do get food that is a, you know, is a byproduct of the animal industry, and I'm not happy about that, but at the same time, you know, I've had these cats for 14 years. I only went vegan 5 years ago, and I feel like I owe it to them to do what I feel is best for them until they are no longer here, and then I'll not be getting any more cats. I know there are vegan cat foods available, but I've seen so many failure stories, especially with cats that have allergies, that yeah, it's just it's not something that I want to risk, to be quite honest with you. And I've made that decision based upon those two cats' best interests. So it is what it is. Ashley, you're curious if Ryan and Angie or Hench would show a blood test on their cats? I'm not sure. Have I seen those annoying vegans? They did a good video about feeding their cats non-vegan. No, I haven't seen that. But yeah, they're 14, and with their background and the health issues they've had and the allergies and everything, I don't feel like it is worth the risk. I feel like I just need to do what I feel is best for them, and then when they're gone, obviously I'll no longer be contributing to that. Yeah, I feel like I'm doing the best that I can under the circumstances, so it is what it is. And of course, you know, making those, speaking of cats, you guys will probably hear that in the background because in this room is the cat litter. So there you go. Yeah, so I feel like I am making the right choice. And would I ever get cats again? No, I don't think that is a good idea. You know, I like the idea of rescuing, but at the same time, I just don't. I just don't think I would be okay with it. If the right situation came up where there was a rescue situation, maybe, but yeah. Hey, at least he said cat. Would I rescue a cat and give it vegan foods? Yeah, if I had a vegan cat food option that was affordable and easily obtainable where I am, and there was an opportunity to rescue a cat and feed them that, then I would. I think I may have given myself a couple small little blisters on my feet. Would I rescue a snake? No, I don't. I just don't think that's for me. I don't want to have to feed that snake. You know, I understand it's not their fault, that that's their nature and that that's their dietary requirement, but I don't want to be part of that. So no. Now, would I help find a rescued snake? Would I help find them a home or something? Yeah, absolutely. But and how is it different than a cat? Well, I think it's different than a cat because the only way I would rescue a cat is if there was a synthetically vegan option available for them, and there is, and so I'd be willing to give that a go. But rescuing a snake, there is no synthetically vegan option for that, so therefore I would not do that. And I don't want to be like having dead animals in my house that I can feed the snake. Like, I'm not going to hand feed a snake either a live mouse or some dead animal. Like, it's just not going to happen. That's not, I wouldn't want to do that. So that's why it's different than a cat. 1 second, guys. Okay. Yeah, I think she may have had something stuck to her there, or she kind of looked like she might have. She all good?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I had one of those moments where it looked like the cat had some poop stuck to her, so wanted to make sure. Lab-grown meat will be here before you know it. It's a bad idea for vegans to push it, but a good option for pet food. Yeah, I get it, and for cats, yeah, for sure. Still not something I'd be interested in for myself, or something that I didn't really want to promote too much, but is it a better option for pet food and stuff? Sure.
He's
Hey,
so
Dewey.
cute.
This is the cat that likes to try to groom me.
Try.
Miss Dilly. She does groom me. Isn't that right, baby? Likes to keep a clean dad. Yeah. You getting hungry?
Slightly.
Yeah.
Kind of. But I had a smoothie. So.
Oh, you had a smoothie. Okay. I think I'm gonna have some chili. I think I'll wrap this up soon. Is my other cat shy? No, she's just sleepy. She's just usually in the bed chilling. Very not.
I think she's shy.
Well, a little bit. She's come around a lot in recent years. I just think she doesn't really need to be around people as much. I think she's more antisocial than shy. Maybe. Ray says I should watch this video. I'll tell you what, I will open that in a new tab and I will watch that after this live stream. Thank you for that link. Seems like you only ever see Dylan. Yeah, well, she's usually around. She likes being the center of attention. Sometimes Marley, though, will be up here sleeping or whatever. She's been in a couple videos where she's just been up in the background. But Race says, show me Jamie. Do you exist? She does exist. You feel like it's time we met? I mean, dude, she's been on my channel before. Like, it's clear you don't watch any of my videos. You just come here to mod troll my live streams. But no, she's real. She's real. Then what's the problem? She doesn't necessarily like being on camera and live streams and stuff, and so I don't force the issue. She wants to join, she will join. Ask her. Hey Jamie.
Yeah.
One of my mods wants to actually see you in the stream. Will you join us for 1 second just to pop your head in and show that you're real?
No.
No. Good. See? They don't want to meet you. Or she doesn't want to meet you.
Yeah, I don't like vegans.
You don't like vegans? You are a vegan. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I like myself. But...
You like yourself, but not other people. That's fair.
No, I said vegans.
Vegans. Oh, okay. She's fake. Voice software. Yeah. There you go. CGI in videos. Yeah, I just make her up for my videos and place her in there. She's just animated. But all right, I'm gonna end this. We're at just about 2 hours, so it was a good workout. Can't CGI live stream. Yeah, that's what it is. She's not real. Yeah, good workout. Feeling good. Thanks everybody for popping by, and I saw that. Yeah, I saw that that message there, Race. You're hilarious. So let's see if I can oblige. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to find. Alright, my laptop is not good enough at doing multiple things at once, so alright, we're done. Alright, I'm gonna head out. Thanks everybody for watching, and looks like the live stream chat has cut off over here. So, okay. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody, and I will see you in the next one. hopefully I can get running soon again. You know, don't want to push it too much, but I'll be happy to get you guys back out on the trail with me. So, all right, until then, peace, guys.